And something that I preach to a lot of my friends and fellow traders that I speak with is that it all kind of starts in your daily life. Obviously your trading is important, and how you position size yourself is important. I always recommend that if you're in a mental drawdown or a capital drawdown or you're on a losing streak, you have to size down. Mm-hmm. Now, something else that you have to do in that process is after the trading day is done, you got to do something in your daily life to better your trading. That might be journaling every trade, which I think everyone should do. It might be, spending an extra 20 minutes prior to market open, looking at your charts, marking out your levels. It might even be dialing in your morning routine. Something that I do is I don't check my phone every day for like 30 minutes when I wake up. When I do that, my mental health, 100 times better in the morning. I go into my trading day 100 times more focused. And for me, it took a lot of internal work and a lot of just discipline dialing to really, even just this last month, getting my full confidence back. Getting my edge and my system completely back. Now, mind you, again, it's been a decent year, but I think that the problem that people run into a lot is they go into that drawdown. They might lose a few trades in a row. A big problem that I see traders have is, say they're down $10,000 or $20,000 or $30,000. Every single day they're going into the market and saying, all right, I just need to get it back to break even. I just need to make that money back that I lost. And that is a vicious cycle to go through, and one that almost ends in more losses. Instead, I think people are better off, and I've found myself better off, of thinking, you know what? That $20,000 that I lost is part of my education. But it's only part of my education, and it only makes me better if I actually learn from it, and I don't repeat those same mistakes again. So that's something I did with, losing that $80,000 at the end of last year. So I thought to myself, you know what? That was education. That was part of, my humbling experience, my learning curve. I'm not going to let those same mistakes happen. And that's something that I've done this year is I haven't set a money goal. Last year I tried to get to the million.
Yeah.
I didn't get there. So this year people were like, Jdun, how much you want to make this year? What do you want to make? And I'm like, I just want to follow my system. And if I do that, I'll make money. That's what I've proven to myself. If I don't follow my system, if I start focusing on the money, if I start focusing on all the things that I know haven't found me success in the past, I'm not going to make money. So that's been my mindset this year is I've taken profit targets out of it. I've taken daily goals out of it, and I've solely focused on system, risk management, and earning my size.
I'm liking this topic, and I want to take it towards prop firms. So a lot of people in backtesting are like backtesting ninjas. They'll make millions of percents in the backtesting arena, and then they'll maybe even go into the live market with a small account and be able to flip it, or see some level of performance. The moment you go to a prop firm account and you have a 100K account, and that's money you've never seen before, and then you start doing the maths on each trade. 1 to 3 would be this, and a 1 to 5 I could buy this car, and la la la. And that's where everything goes wrong. So not necessarily the percentage or the gain that's the issue, is the money attached to it, and that's something that you experienced and have addressed. So I want to kind of hear your thoughts on, as you mentioned, the prop firms and kind of how, if you believe in it, don't believe it, and how you think people should navigate it.
I think in theory, prop firms are a great idea. I think that giving traders a chance to learn with less upfront capital, a chance for good traders that know what they're doing to get funded that might not have the starting capital they need, is great. Obviously, I think that a lot of the the prop firms that are ran by predatory individuals or predatory practices don't do anything positive for traders. I also think that sometimes these prop firms set unrealistic goals for traders. And, think of it like this. So you have a 100K funded account, and, you think that once you do that, you're going to, quit your job and make a bunch of money. Well, think about that in percentages. The average return in the S&P is like 10% a year, give or take. So if you have a $100,000 account, trading futures, you're going to need to make of that account, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% just to outperform the normal market. And with futures, I think that's kind of tough, especially with a funded account that has all these strict rules. And if you trade within minutes of data, and if you have, 1 extra point of drawdown, all these different stipulations, blank, you're failed, restart. That's really tough. The best thing that I think traders can do if you're on a prop firm is get in, buy your challenge, whatever it is, get funded. And as you are making money, take every dollar you make out and put it into your own account, fund yourself. And so you keep 100% of your money. You don't have the drawdown rules, and you can really build not using someone else's capital or building someone else's dream, per se. That's my thoughts on them. I think they're a very good instrument for people if they're ran properly. I think the idea behind them is pretty neat. It's something that's new. We haven't really seen that in the past. They've really blown up in the past few years. Yep. But I think that, not going to name any names of prop firms, but I've seen some that have, been proven to, slip traders, widen the spreads, fail traders for no reason. All those things, that's not good for anybody except the prop firm owner. So, in theory, I think they can be great for traders if they're ran correctly. But obviously, if they're not, which many of them, unfortunately, I believe aren't, it can be very predatory and a very negative thing for the trading space.
So on the show,